Welcome to Inside the Market, the podcast where we talk about everything real estate in a way that is easy to understand. Hi, I'm your host, Rebecca Ortiz, real estate agent, and I'm here to help you navigate the world of real estate without the stress and confusion. And on today's episode, we have for the second time, Edward Morales, credit expert. Welcome, Edward.
Well, thank you, Becky, for the second time.
Yeah, thank you for being here again. We had such a good response and so many comments from the last episode that I was like, we have to have him here again.
Thank you.
Yes. And I know that as a real estate agent, I know that credit plays a big role when purchasing a home. But I know that for many people, credit can be a complicated subject or topic, and even like the way to navigate. I mean, I remember my tío, people, es que tienes que hacer esto, don't do this, don't do that, buy here, go saca un crédito, and I don't want to name the jewelry store, but I know a lot of people know what jewelry store I'm talking about to get your credit or to get points and stuff like that. So, Edward, I want you to explain to the viewer, the people watching, how does credit work? Whenever they come to you, like what is like the first thing that you advise in the process? What is the process?
Absolutely. So that's a very good question here. So, and yeah, that famous jewelry store, Don Roberto's, I don't care name dropping them.
No, it's okay. I didn't say it.
Right, I have no problem. But yeah, so the very first thing that we want to do when we provide an assessment for a client is we want to make sure that they understand the 5 major components of a credit score, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, there's 5 components, but some of them carry more weight than others.
Yeah.
The first biggest component, the most important component of a credit score is your payment history. That makes up 35% of your entire, credit profile when it comes to a FICO scoring.
Yeah.
One single late payment will drop your scores north of 50 points.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the payment is only $5 a month, $10 a month, $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Late is late. FICO doesn't care about the amount of money. So if you're late on that, that's the worst thing that could happen for your credit.
And
right?
I've seen that working with you. I had the privilege of working with you for a couple of months with clients that have that came to you to help them out with their credit. And when you do that first consultation, like you said, $1,000 and $5, it makes no difference
when it
to
comes
them.
To late,
Yeah.
Paying on time, absolutely.
Yeah.
So on-time payment history is the main thing. So I always tell them, look, if you're going to continue to be late on your open accounts, we're just never going to see a good credit score. That's just the truth, right? Mm-hmm. The second biggest component is balances, account balances. So credit card balances is where people get confused a lot, right? Where they think they should carry a balance to have good credit. You don't have, me personally, I don't recommend you carry a balance at all, because that's how the banks make money off of you by charging you interest, right? They put money in their pocket, and they want to make you believe that you need to carry a balance to have good credit.
Because that's what I thought when I went in to work with you. It was just like, okay, I always thought maybe carry a 20% balance.
Yeah.
And you were like,
so no, I would say, okay, so you're staying under 30%. Yeah. So the moment you spend more than 30% of your available credit and you don't pay, the balance before the closing statement cycle for that month, if you don't bring down the balance under 30% of your available credit limit, your scores will drop again, because now you're demonstrating that you don't know how to properly manage debt, right? Yeah. So that's why you get punished with lower credit score, but then you pay that down, then your scores will come back up, they'll improve by 30%. But at the same time, I don't recommend you carry any balance, because why are we going to let the banks make money off of us when we should be using the credit cards to earn reward points and use their money for our benefit, right? So that's the second biggest component, right? It's account balances. So we have payment history makes up 35%. Credit card balances make up 30%. So that's the second biggest component. So those two combined is 65% of your total credit profile. So those are the 2 biggest players right there. The third biggest component, which makes up 15% of your total credit score, is account history. The older an account that is open, reporting to your credit to the credit reporting agencies, the better it is for your credit score, because now you've demonstrated that you can maintain a relationship with the bank, right, for that many years. Many people have this misconception, or they think like, hey, I'm going to finish paying off a loan. Let's just say a car note, for example, your car, right? Yeah. Those are 3, 5 years, 7 years. I've seen some that are 9 years. Yeah. Right. So let's just say you have someone, they're like, hey, I just paid off my car. It's a 5-year note, and my score dropped. What happened? Well, the reason why most likely your scores dropped is because that was probably the oldest account that you had open and active. And when you made the last payment, that account is now unfortunately closed. And we're talking about 5 years that are just gone.
And people think paying off my car, it's going to help my credit score.
No, it's not. It's going to help you get out of debt. It's going to free up some funds, but that's just not how credit works, right? So always remember this. the oldest account that you should always have open, active, should always be a credit card.
Yeah.
Because that you can have it open for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people, what they do is they close their old accounts. Like, I don't want this card anymore. I'm just going to close it. And that is not a smart thing to do.
Absolutely. Because now you're messing with, the second biggest component of your credit. Because like now you don't have any credit available, any credit card. So now you're messing with the second biggest component. But having a credit card, using it responsibly, of course. So one thing that I always tell my clients during the assessment too, right? After we go over the 5 components, and I'll go back to the remaining 2 right now. I tell them, I go, look, use your credit card for stuff that you would use your debit card for bills, your necessities, groceries, gas, the internet, IID bill, your power bill, right? Your water bill. Did I say internet? Internet? Okay. Cell phone bill. That kind of stuff, your daily expenses. Use it, pay it off every single month. There's a zero balance. Now there's activity. Your payment gets reported to the credit bureaus. And that's it. Yeah. You're done. That's it. You don't have high balances. You took care of your necessities for the month.
There were things you were going to use your money for anyway. Yeah, debit card for.
Absolutely. And we can talk about, using credit cards, to your advantage to get reward points and earn vacations. That's a different topic.
Yeah.
So the fourth biggest component will be, the 2 remaining components will be credit mix, which FICO likes to see that you can manage both credit cards and different types of like installment loans, like like préstamos and loans and here and car payments, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, the remaining 10% is new accounts or your card inquiries. That's what impacts 10% of your credit score. But once we make sure that they understand those 5 components, then we take a deep dive into the person's credit report. Okay. And then we go down the list analyzing, okay, now that we know how credit works, we know the 5 components, now we can apply how that's impacting that person's credit score. Whether they have like high credit card balances, late payments. Many times they prioritize paying off a collection because they think that's going to help their credit score, which is not. Focus on paying down open credit cards because that's what's going to give you the biggest increase within a month, right? Another thing that we do is we go over if the client has collections or accounts that are charged off, we explain to them, hey, these accounts could be a potential violation of your consumer rights. Yeah. Because as consumers, we have rights. A collection company cannot just call you out of the blue and say, I'm going to collect on you. It's like, well, wait a minute, we bought this debt from JCPenney and now we own it. And the consumer feels really bad because for whatever reason, they couldn't pay that JCPenney account. It closed off, went to charged off status, went to collections. And now you have a third party company calling them, asking them, hey, we're going to charge you interest upon interest. But we can let it go right now for $100.
Yeah. And even like talking about your credit, even if once it's in collections and I know it's more deeper than this, but just to hit the surface, I know once it's in collection, if you pay it off, it does nothing for your credit, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's like, it's more important. I mean, go for it.
So if you pay off a collection, it doesn't do anything for some of the newer FICO scoring models. It does improve the score a little bit. Yeah. But essentially what you're doing is you're just getting rid of the debt that you had, right? So a lot of people confuse, paying off a collection or paying off that old account, that it's going to help improve their credit score. And in reality, it's not. All you're doing is settling the debt, which is a completely different, side to this whole story. It's involved, with your credit, but no, what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you're going to pay off a collection, first of all, always try to negotiate a lower payment, right? If you're going to do that, make sure that you ask them to remove the account. So what we call in the industry, pay per delete. I'm going to pay you this amount of money with the agreement that you're going to remove the entire account from my credit report. That way you get the benefit of both things, the negative account removed from the credit report and the debt settled. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were like, well, how do I do this? That's why come to Edward. Like he can help you navigate that, tell you exactly what needs to be done, what you need to do. People are like, oh, so I paid off my collection but nothing happened. Well, you would tell them when you have to tell them, I'll pay lower, get a lower payment, man, work them with that. And then you need to make sure that they're going to have it removed before you even
agree. Give them payment info. Yeah. Another thing too, when you pay off an account that's charged off, and the charged off account means that pretty much the original creditor, like JCPenney, they started to they marked you late after 120 days, 180 days or whatever. You didn't make a payment.
Yeah.
They charge off the account. So that means it's right there. The balance still remains. Even if you pay that off, that's not going to do anything for your credit score. And you can't even get that deleted because the original creditors do not agree to remove an account when it's in charge off status.
So if you guys are just like, what's going on? They're giving me so much information. How does that work? Like I said, we're going to leave Edward's information here down below. But so I think for people, like one of the first, I think, advice or, things that we would advise them to do is like, make sure you make your payments on time. Because it's, what is it? 35% of the score? 35% of the score. Second one was
the credit card balances.
Credit card balances. Make sure you bring those credit card balances. And a tip that Edward shared with us is like, use your credit cards for
once a month,
and for the things that you would pay anyway with your debit card. And, go ahead.
And just to add to that too, so just don't go and apply for any credit card. Like I know, like right now, we're in the holiday season, Target, all these stores, right? When you go shopping, you're happy, you're shopping, you're in the Christmas spirit. Hey, at checkout, would you like to apply for a credit card, a Target credit card, or you receive $15 off of this purchase? Yay, let's do it. Okay, well now you're stuck with a credit card that you can only use there. Yeah. If the credit card doesn't have a Visa, MasterCard logo,
I've heard you tell a lot of clients
then
that,
there's really not much benefit to it, you know? But we explain all of this stuff to the client during the assessment. We'll explain to them their rights as a consumer, the steps that we might be able to take to help trigger some violations as well, so we can help them remove the account and not pay it off as well. We also go over statutes of limitations because you have rights under this, not only federal law, but also state law. So we go over those rights. Another thing too is what I think makes our company different, other than the fact that we are licensed and bonded, what makes our credit, repair company different is that we offer solutions as well as when it comes to like, we're not just sending letters on your behalf to the credit reporting agencies and that's it, which is what a lot of these people do. A lot of these companies do. They don't really focus on consumer law. We do. Yeah. A lot of our clients too, when they come to like, hey, we got sued, we're getting sued. And it's scary. I get it. You're catching a case, murder was the case that they gave me. No, so the collection was the case that they gave me. Yes. Okay. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know the beatbox of that.
So they get sued. They get served, right? They go to. It's embarrassing. Yeah. You're thinking you're gonna go to jail over, not paying JCPenney. I don't know why I'm picking on JCPenney right now.
What did JCPenney do to you?
They hurt me, Becky. They hurt me. They denied me a credit card back. Did they not have
that polo that you were looking for?
I don't know. They lied to me about the color they had in stock. I don't know. I don't know why JCPenney it is. It's Synchrony Bank most of the time. But anyway, so we are a company that we can help you with that process as well, because a lot of these clients come with, they're being sued by third-party collection companies in which the original contract has an arbitration clause that clearly states if at any given time anyone has an issue with this particular account, you can go to private arbitration through, that's the American Arbitration Act, right? So you have rights. Yeah. So when a company sues you and they take you to a civil court, they're essentially within breach of their own contract, right? Yeah. Or even if it's a third-party collector that bought the debt, those agreements, those terms and conditions, they're still pertinent. They still, no matter who purchases that debt, those agreements are still in place. So you are still protected under those agreements. Yes. So we offer the solutions with that, right? We offer the solutions with arbitration as well. And a lot of the times, like I just had a client that she got a collection company that was calling her at work. They called her 7 times. Oh. And this is after we told the company, hey, cease communication with us, because under California law, this account is now a time-barred account. She no longer has to pay this account. So we said, stop it, knock it off, send them a letter. And then they called 7 times. So now she's looking at $7,000 in her pocket.
Nice.
And the account removed, and she doesn't have to pay the debt.
$7,000 para su down payment of her house.
Absolutely. She wants to move to San Diego, so I'm sure that's going to help.
For a sofa.
For a sofa, yeah. But I'm just saying that's what makes us, different here in Provide, that we offer the solutions. We're not just sending letters on your behalf. We're educating you on how credit works. Yes. It's a customized approach to everything. We know what to do if you get sued, right? We're not attorneys, but we work with consumer law attorneys as well. And at the same time, we also know when to advise you when it's time to file for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Many people get scared about a bankruptcy, but it's the ultimate reset button. And we will advise you with that. We will set you up with a free consultation with bankruptcy attorneys so that you can weigh, your options, whether, okay, I want to go down the route of credit repair and disputing and try to trigger some violations, or you know what, I just want to hit the ultimate reset button and go down the bankruptcy route. Awesome. In which, by the way, this applies to you. 2 years after a consumer files for bankruptcy, they can still qualify for down payment assistance
There
as
you
a
go.
first-time home buyer. So
Nice.
get rid of all that debt,
Yeah.
wait 2 years, and we can help you rebuild credit to
Yes,
qualify there,
yes.
and you're ready to go.
Thank you so much. And I know you have a special offer for those who were
Yes, I
listening
do.
today.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
So for those of you guys watching today, we do, all of our assessments are paid assessments, so you do have to pay for those.
Yeah.
So we're offering you a free assessment. Free
Yeah.
assessment will let you know exactly, everything that I just talked about.
Yeah.
We're going to go over everything, explain, all of the options that you have that are available to you. And so that way we're going to empower you. And it's for
Yes.
free, guys, for
Yes.
free. It's a really good 45-minute
Yeah.
in-depth. And we'll do it for couples as well.
Thank you. Oh, awesome. So 2 for the price of one for the price of 0.
Well, yeah, 2 for the price of 0.
2 for the price of 0. Thank you so much, Edward. So if you guys didn't understand why credit is so important when purchasing a home, now you do. So like Edward shared with us today, there are 5 components to your credit. One of them, if you're looking to purchase a house, you guys, make sure you make your payments on time. You keep your credit card utilization low. I know there was like a couple of more in there. Credit age history.
Don't close accounts.
Don't close accounts.
Hard inquiries. And different mixes of different types of credit.
Different mixes of different types of credit. Like I said, I've learned so much working with Edward while I was getting my real estate license. And I enjoyed it and I really loved it because me as an agent, as your real estate agent, hopefully you guys, reach out to me. I know what to look for. And I have the pleasure of having Edward in the office, you guys. So I can point you in the right direction. I will know if you're ready to qualify or if we need to work on your credit, I will send you to the right people. If you're already ready to meet with the lender, I'll help you out with that as well. So thank you so much, Edward, for sharing all your knowledge and expertise with us today. And if you guys have any more questions, if you guys want to buy a house but you're just like, there's no way, my credit is really low. I've screwed it up, Rebecca. Well, guess what? Edward has helped many clients that have come in that same situation and now are homeowners. So it's not too late. We can help you, point you in the right direction. Edward can get you where you need to get. And who knows, a couple of months or in a year from now, you will be a home owner. Yes. All right, guys, have a good day. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I will leave Edward's information here down below. And if you have any more questions or if you want other topics that you want us to bring up in future episodes, send us a message. Thank you.